did. Should I date? Go for seconds on my plate. We went out, but I have doubt. Can you help figure it out? Should I kick him to the curb? Or would that just be absurd? Jump on now, or should I wait? It's the Bert Show, stitch or date.
All right, so maybe she withheld some info. Now the boyfriend's all upset about it.
All right, so trigger warning, there is going to be a little bit of discussion about sexual harassment. Hey, Bert Show, I may have to deal with sexual harassment from my boss, and I blame my boyfriend for putting me in this position. Please help! All caps, multiple exclamation points. I, 27-year-old female, met my boyfriend, 41-year-old male, at my current job 7 months ago. My boyfriend has always seemed insecure about my relationship with the boss. The boss adores me and is always boasting about me. I also have a lot of respect for him, so I've always been concerned about his opinion and fear disappointing him. The boss is a bit of a hard ass. I assume my boyfriend's insecurity was due to our boss being wealthy, successful, and conventionally handsome. My boyfriend is none of those things, haha. So I can understand the insecurity.
What does conventionally handsome mean? Just like traditionally?
Tall, dark, handsome, I guess,
gotcha.
like one of those things.
Yep.
A month ago, my boyfriend suddenly left the job due to our boss being so difficult to work with. Now that my boyfriend is gone, the boss wants me to take over some of the work he was doing, but he asked to talk about it over dinner and emphasize that anything we talk about moving forward has to stay between he and I. Before agreeing to dinner, I called my boyfriend to get his opinion, and he flipped out. I had to push him to tell me why he had such an extreme reaction to it, and he told me our boss has a history of getting inappropriate with female employees. Now that I know this, I feel like I've been seeing all the red flags before. I always brush them off because I didn't think my boss was that kind of guy. I'm angry my boyfriend allowed me to work with a man like this for so long and didn't at least warn me. Now he's left me to work with him alone. I was able to avoid going to dinner with him last night, but he still wants to talk, and he wants to talk in person. My boyfriend knows I'm mad at him for not telling me sooner and is now trying to downplay the whole thing. I don't want to break up with him, but this feels like a break-upable offense. And how am I supposed to talk to my boss about leaving when he's coming to talk about giving me more responsibility? It's a small, privately owned business. The boss is the owner. No HR department. Please help me, Bert Show.
Okay, so I'm all up in my head about this on a couple of different issues. I have gone to breakfast before with Katie, gone to breakfast before with Romeo. I've been planning on going to breakfast with Rebecca for as long as I can remember. From taking somebody to dinner to talk about work, I don't know why that feels different to me.
Because it's off hours. Like normally, like if you think about a work day, like you think about a 9 to 5, and I know that's super traditional and people work outside of that, but anything that happens after work hours.
But I did that with them after work hours. We went to breakfast.
No, but that's still technically like you went to breakfast, but we're still working. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't leave here till like noon 30.
Yeah, it's still the work day.
It's still the work day.
Okay, all right. Because
even though the show's over, it's still the work day.
I couldn't quite figure out why that didn't, like dinner just feels different to me.
Because it's after hours, man.
Okay,
It doesn't feel different to me if they're taking on more responsibility. It almost seems like, hey, welcome to these ranks. Like you're moving up in the world. It's the fact that he has a history of getting intimate with female employees that makes it so inappropriate. That's what would red flag to me. But the dinner thing, like if you asked me to like do a work dinner, I would not bat an eyelash. Like I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's go.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand why she would be so mad at her boyfriend for not telling her this information. Because, I mean, I could understand. I would have told her had I been in his shoes, but I can understand why he might not have. Because if she doesn't have to see it or deal with it, then she doesn't even have to worry about it. So maybe he just thought it wouldn't affect her.
Or maybe we obviously don't know the depths of their relationship, the in-depth details of their relationship. So maybe he would just come across as a jealous boyfriend if he tried to talk smack about the boss.
She definitely would have just taken it as like, oh, this is your jealousy thing again. You know? So he couldn't have told her, really. I don't think.
Or he felt
like he couldn't have told her.
Yeah, he felt like he couldn't tell her.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at with this whole thing. Do you ditch or date?
I think you date.
I think date.
It was a dumb dude move. He just probably didn't think to say anything. And I don't think she really has a leg to stand on in terms of being angry. I mean, I get it. You would want to know the hot goss, and why would your boyfriend not share that with you? But I don't think it's...
I can get her being frustrated because now she's in this position. So I think what you're doing is lashing out at your boyfriend because of the position you're in. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and it's not like he would bring this up until it was an issue.
Right.
Like you said, he's not getting involved in all the gossipy thing. I
Right.
wouldn't even think about bringing it up until I had a reason to. And it sounds like now he's got a reason to. You agree with that?
That's exactly how I saw it. So yeah, I don't see why she would be mad at him. I think she should date.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all,
Date.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.